Hello everyone and welcome back to another lovely tutorial. In this video we'll be making this lovely dress that you can see. It is in a form of a pinafore and it also has a top attached to it. Okay, so if this looks like what you would love to learn how to make from the comfort of your home, this tutorial is very detailed. And this is the top. It also has buttons and this is my inspiration and this was my recreation. So let me know what you think about this lovely dress in the comment section. Let me also know if you'll be trying this out. If you're here to subscribe, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to be the first to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And this is what the dress will look like when you attach it with the top. This video is very beginners friendly, like I said, and you don't even need much fabric to make this dress. So do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay, and share with your friends and families and leave a comment. Just say something about this dress. And this is what the dress is looking like. So without wasting much of our time, let's just dive into today's tutorial. So I made use of this elastic, the big size. I made use of this half-inch elastic as well for the sleeve for the top. I made use of a crepe black fabric, and I have this vintage fabric. It has two sides, okay, so I'm going to use this side for the dress. All right, so my fabric is folded into two. I have the front and the back piece together, and the front piece is bigger than the back piece by 2 inches because of the buttons we have in front. So what I'll do is to fold in that 2 inches like this, and I'll just secure it down with my pin. So after doing that, we'll start taking the body measurement. So this top is free. What I have for the width is 8, and then the length is 13 inches. This top is a free top. So what I used for the shoulder is 4.5 inches, and that is what I just marked now. And then for the armhole, I am going to use 5 inches. You can use 4.5 as well. Then I connected it like this, and for the chest I used 7 inches. Okay, so for the waist I also used 7 inches, and I connected it this way, and I went ahead to draw out my armhole. For the neckline, for the neck width, I used 2.5 inches. Okay, and that is what I just marked now. And then for the back neck depth, I'm going to use 1 inch, and I just connected it. And then for the front, I'm going to use 2.5 inches, and I just connected it like this. So that's basically it for the drafting of the top. So I'll just proceed to cut this out. So first of all, cut out the back neckline for now, and then your shoulder and the sides. After that, separate the back from the front. Then you cut out your front neckline and you split your front piece into two, just like this. So this is my front piece. It is 2. So I'm going to fold in that button allowance. I'll make sure it stops at that 2 inches mark. So I'll just fold it to 1 and then further fold it and stitch it down. After folding it that way, I'll now place the top together just like so. After I must have folded it right, and then I'm going to place the back piece on it, and I'll stitch on the shoulder, just the shoulder. So after doing that, I'll measure the neck circumference, and then I cut out this fabric. So you cut out at least ×2 of what you got from your neck measurement. So what I have for the width is 2.5 inches. The ½ inch, I'll fold in the ½ inch, and what I have for the length is ×2 of what I just measured. So now I folded it into 2, and I'm going to just curve the part. Just make a curve like this. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. So now that part that I curved, the curved parts, I'm going to stitch it by ½ inch, and then this other straight part I'll run a gathered stitch. and this is what I have after I was done. Okay, so now we are going to, I also cut out this plain fabric. It is 1.5 inches and the length is quite long, so I'll cut out the excess. So what I'm going to do now is to place it on the top. So I'll just place it like so. Can you see what I'm doing? So I place the one I gathered first, then the plain one is longer, and I folded it inward, and I'll stitch it all the way to the other side. When I get to the other side, I'll repeat the same thing. Okay, just place it like this, okay, and then you fold it inwards just like so, and then you stitch it all the way around. And this is what I have after I was done. So when you open it up, you realize that the inside is rough, so all I have to do is to fold in that straight one. I'll just fold it like this. Don't worry, when you are sewing, you understand what I am trying to say, and just in case you don't understand, just watch what I am doing. So I'll just fold it inwards like this, and I'm going to stitch it all the way down, and this is what it is looking like. So now I'm going to measure the armhole, okay, the armhole for the sleeve. So I have this fabric folded into two, and what I have for the width is around 8, and then the length is 13 inches. So what I'm going to do is I marked 5 inches here. That will be for the sleeve opening, and then from here, do not place it slanted like this, okay, just place it straight like so, and mark 9 inches. Okay, then connect it like this. After connecting it, just go ahead and just draw out your sleeve curve, just that shape that sleeves have. So that's just what I'm trying to do, and this is what I have after I was done. So I want my sleeve to have pleats, okay, so that's why it is this big. So after cutting it out, notch the center of your sleeve, and this is what I have for the sleeve. So now what I am going to do is to open it up, and I'll mark 2 inches here. Okay, you know this sleeve has an elastic around the arm area, so I'll just mark out 2 inches, okay, and then this elastic is 6 inches. So I'm going to just place the elastic here and stitch it down. I'll be stretching the elastic as I'm stitching. Before I place the elastic, I'll fold the hem of my sleeve, then I'll now attach the elastic, okay. And this is what I have after I was done, okay, looking so beautiful. So now I'm going to attach the sleeve to the dress. So I'm going to place it right side facing right side, okay, just the way we attach sleeve. Okay, do not forget to notch the center if you're yet to do that. So I'll place it right side facing right side, and I'll stitch from here all the way to that side, and from this other side all the way. So at this middle, I'll just make pleats, okay, so that it will look like something like gathers at the middle side. And this is what I have. I don't know if you can see it. So now I'm going to just stitch the side like this. After stitching the side, I'm going to fold it, the hem, and this is what I have for the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and just create holes for my buttons, and I'll attach the button. So moving down to the down part, I have this piece here for the skirt, and I have two different fabrics here, two different measurements rather. What I have for the first one is 26 for the length, and then the width is 9 inches. Okay, so that's what I have for the first one, and then what I have for the second one is also 26 inches for the length, but the width is 6 inches. Okay, so the width is just the difference between the two. So I open it up like this, and I'm going to place it like so. This is my right side. I'll run a gather stitch at the top of this, okay. So I place the two pieces together, and I'll run a gather stitch at the top, and I'll hem the bottom part of each of the piece. And this is what I have, okay. You can see the gathers, and you can see the bottom part. It has been neatly stitched. So I'm going to place it right side facing right side like so, and I'm going to stitch the first gathers this first one, I'll just stitch it all the way down, then I'll push it inward, and then I'll stitch this longer one. So I'll come again, this shorter one, I'll stitch it first, then I'll push it inward and just stitch the longer one. So that's how I'll secure it. And this is what I have after I was done. So the skirt part is ready, and I'll keep it aside. So now um to to close the upper part of the skirt, I have this fabric. The length is 29 inches and then the width is 3.5 inches, as you can see. So I also have this elastic. The length is 15 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to fold the elastic and stitch it by ½ inch. Okay, I'll stitch it multiple times. Okay, and the fabric, I'll bring back this piece and I'll also stitch it here, okay, by ½ inch. After stitching them, I'll flip it to the right side, both of them, and then I'm going to place the elastic into this piece that I have here, just like this. Can you see? After placing it, I'll just go ahead and stitch just the fabric. Okay, I'm not stitching the elastic, I'm stitching just the fabric to hold the elastic in place. I'll stitch it all the way around and I'll pull the elastic. This is what I have. Okay, after I was done, now I'm going to place it on my skirt like this. I'll just place it this way and I'll be pulling it as I'm stitching all the way around. Guys, this is the skirt, looking so beautiful. So I have this piece here. It is 23 inches for the length, and then the width is 3.5 inches. So I will just fold it like so. I have already curved it, as you can see, but because I did not show you how I did it, I'm doing it again. So you just fold it into two and then you just curve it. Okay, just cut it out in a curved manner. It should not be straight. Okay, and this is what I have. Okay, after reducing it for the second time, so this is what it is looking like. Can you see that it is curved? So this is what you should have. So now this curved part, I'll fold it into two and stitch it all the way down, while this other part I'll run a gathered stitch. And this is what I have after I was done. I'll keep that aside and bring this other piece. So this piece is where these gathers would sit. So what I have for the length is 21 inches and then the width is 3 inches. So what I'm going to do now is to mark 7 inches. From here, I'm going to mark 7 inches. The chalk is not visible enough because of the nature of the fabric. So what I marked here is 7 inches. And then from this other side, I'm going to mark 2 inches. Like this. Okay, so after marking that, I'm going to bring that my gathers, this one, and I'm going to place it from that 7 inches mark down to that 2 inches mark. Okay, so you can see how I'm placing it down to this 2 inches mark that we have here, and I'm going to stitch on it. So I've stitched on it. You can see that I started from the 7 inches and stopped at the 2 inches. Now I am going to fold the top part like this, then I'll fold it again like so, then I'll fold this side. If you don't understand, just watch what I am doing. I'm just trying to hide all the rough edges. Okay, so I'll fold it into two, just the way you see me doing, and then I'll just keep folding it and I'll just stitch on it all the way down. Don't worry, when you are sewing you understand what I mean. Okay, and this is what I have after I was done for the two piece. Now I am going to bring back the skirt so that we can attach it. So this is my side, the side of the skirt. Okay, so I just placed it like so, and from the side I am going to mark 2 inches, okay, on this side, and I'm going to just attach this into it like this and pin it down. I'm going to come to this other side, and from this side I'm going to also mark 2 inches and I'm going to pin this down as well. So I'm going to stitch on that side, okay, that I pinned down. I'll just stitch there. After that, I'm going to flip it over and I'll measure what I have for the back from this side to the other side and mark the midpoint. Okay, so this is the midpoint. Now I am going to cross the strap. So you cross it, okay, like so, and then you place it under, and then you also stitch it down. So that's just basically what I'll be doing. And guys, this is what I have after I was done stitching it down. This is looking so beautiful. I hope you give it a try. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.